Morning, Jules here from Joolsedesigns at JT Creations. So today what we've got is we've got a different type of tag, and I was playing about with a sheet of paper, and I came up with this envelope tag, and it's got a little book page envelope in. You can use normal paper, but if you've got some precious little book pages, and that's just a glue seal that I made when I was at home. These are just some of the spare bits of paper that were left, and these are ideal for journaling on, but what I've done is I've folded them up like envelopes. So there's a pocket here, and the pocket looks like an envelope as well. There's a tag. We've got lace, we've got some labels. I've used some of my B digital papers, and we've got a pocket there for a tag as well. And I'm just using some of the orange and yellow ribbons and some twine. So we'll put that to one side, we'll put that back in there. Now it's dandelion and turmeric paper I used on that, and this is what it looks like. So it's just, I didn't cut them off on that one. So it's just a square piece of paper. But what we'll do is we'll go over it because I've found an easier way than this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some avocado dyed paper. So this is a nice pinky colour. You can use it with letter size. This is A4. And all I do is, to get the square, I just match that side up from the corner, make sure that there is the corner, and then I just crease it down like that. And then what we do is we just fold this over. I'll fold it over this way so I can get it right up to that. Because what we want is we want that taken off. If you want, you can put your ruler on the end of that like that, and this is what I made these two little envelopes with, so we'll put them to one side. So we've got that, we've got a crease in the middle, I can see the crease. I'll ink it so you can see what I'm doing. I think that would be easier. And I'll work it, I'll start again right from the start. And if we put some ink on the cut and dried foam, we'll know where we are. Okay. There, so you can see. So what I'm doing is I'm putting the middle of my ruler. If you don't have a ruler that has a middle, you just start from the edge like that, and you would just mark it there. So that's 1 3/4. One and 3/4. I should have just done it further down here. 1 3/4. And then I'm putting it on the putting that line, my 3/4 line on there. 3/4 line. And my 3/4 line. And what I'm doing is I'm just matching those lines up. And I'm going to fold it. If you've got a scoreboard, do it on your scoreboard. The scoreboard I've got is with my Crafter's Companion trimmer, and it's not very good for paper. It's okay for card. So there we have. So all I do is I fold that in and give it a nice crease. And yeah, it's over there, doesn't matter. And then I fold that one over and give it a nice crease. And then I fold that one over. This doesn't matter, this is just to get it out the way because I'm going to glue that one down. And there we have it. So I'm just going to glue these down. I'm going to use, as we have the perfect. Now this one, what I did was, that's the end there, so I folded it up four inches, so 4 inches down, just where you feel it looks right. So really that point there comes to that point there. That's a good guideline. And give that a good crease. And I'm just getting my bone folder out to give it a good crease. If you haven't got a bone folder, the edge of your, the handles of your scissors or your nail. And then what I did was I folded this down like that. And that gives it that envelope effect. Okay. And then what I want to do is I want to glue this to that. So I just want it I don't want to do this, so I'm just missing that. Given that, you can use glue stick if you want, and then we're just gluing that side down, and then that is one. Then what we do here is we want to glue that up, but first of all we want to cover it. And what I maybe should have done was cover that first. However, not to worry. I'm going to put I was going to put my bumblebee in there, but I'm not. I'm going to do that one. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do some glue stick in there. Put that there like that. Turn it over, and I'll do a little bit of glue here. And that up there, and there we've got our first. And then this one. Right. So I am going to leave a border on these ones. Now I just want to find out where I need it up to. So that's, you might find an easier way than me. And so then when that's closed, you've got it like that. So we'll give this but what I want to do is I want to trim that. I shouldn't have done that. I want that off there and that off there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear it because I like the ripped edge, but I do like to ink my ripped edge, but I'm not going to get to ink that, so I'll do it. And we'll finish off gluing it. Okay, so we've got that there. I would like a little bumblebee on there, but I'm not going to get that bumblebee there, so way of using all your little bits of scraps, you know, when you're doing a journal, you always have little bits of scraps and things left over. Ideal, keep them all because you can fit this is like a little jigsaw, or you might just like to leave it just as it is like that. And we'll do this one. It's not too bad, and I'm going to ink my little ripped edge. So you can see I didn't get it right to the edge, but it doesn't matter. Sunny day here in Cyprus, so I'm getting some washing done. Okay, and before I ink that pocket down, I'm just glue the pocket down. And we'll put a little piece under there. And what have we got? I'm not going to use the bumblebee because I'll use him somewhere else on the tag probably. And then just place that where you want it. Now I'm using glitter glue, so you need to get it quite quick, because once that sets, and if you wanted you could put that half down and have like a little tuck spot up. And then what we want to do is we want to we want to glue these little bits down because we don't want anything catching that we're putting in our pocket. And I've got a little bit of glue on the outside, that's fine. And glue your pocket up like that. So there we are. And so it's just a smidgen under 3.5, so you can get a nice 3-inch tag, a 3x6-inch tag in there. So I think that's what we'll do now. So there we have a 3x6. See. Oh, be careful when you're gluing these bits that you don't glue anything down. So I'm just putting my ruler in there because I had a bit of resistance there. And just make sure that's perfect. So I'm going to cover this first. I'm going to put the bumblebee, I think, on here. Do it in 2 bits, that's fine. So it's like a Franken tag. It's made up of, or a collage, it's just made up of bits and pieces. Which is fine. We'll keep those bits separate. Now what I want to do is I want to cover that. And I've got some book page here that I'm going to use. Trim that off. And where's my lace? It's in my drawer. Oh, we've got a bit of we'll use that. I'll use my fabric tack. And do we want a pocket on this tag? Could we put a pocket on it? Yes. Yeah, that would do. So I'll just cut that. This is graph paper that I bought out here in Coffee Dyed last year. I want that side on, I want that side on. I just want a little pocket. So I'm just going to fold that in at the top. And I'm going to fold it in a little bit there. And fold it in a little bit there. And I'm going to trim it here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut I'm going to stick that down, that edge. Normally I would use glue stick, but I'm not using glue stick. And I'm going to use I'm just guessing what the middle is. I think okay, so I'm putting a little thin bead of glue at the bottom and then on these like little flaps. I got used to using my little tiny thing of glue and that's coming out too quick for what I'm used to. Okay. And I'm going to use some, I'm going to put some labels on this. I'll put it over that little ripped bit there. I've got some tiny little labels in here somewhere. Put that over there. Don't want any more lace on it. I think we'll put a tiny bit of lace over that pocket. I'm just going to plug my microphone in. You might hear a difference. That's my microphone plugged in. Sorry about that. And I'm just using an old rewards card that I've cut the corners just to make it easier for me to and there we are, we have that, and we will put a grommet in it. So we'll put that in there, but I am going to ink round that first. It does need, otherwise it's just going to blend into the background. And there we are, so we've got our tag. Now just let me get cleared away. So we're back to this. Now I'm going to put some lace on here. Now I'm not quite sure what lace I want, whether I want a white lace. I've got a tin of laces here. So I think we'll put this one up here first. Just going to trim that down. Now my scissors aren't the greatest, so I'm trying to get a straight line. That's it, perfect. Fabri-Tac. Blaze the pink. Yep, so just gonna, I've got bits of cotton and all sorts stuck to me. Right, so I'm just cutting up there. It's a bit too long, but put the pin back in, Julie. And then we can have that there. So again, the one thing about Fabri-Tac, it does give you a lot of wiggle room. And do I want a piece of that on it? Yeah. And I've got a bit of bling on that, but I think what we might use is we might use some pearl and something else to put on it. And I'm just trimming these off. And put that over there. Okay. And I think we'll put that to one side and we'll make the envelopes. So all I do with this piece of paper that's left, I just fold it in half and then rip it. And then fold it up like that and fold these down so that they match that. It doesn't have to, they don't have to match that edge. It's up to you what you want. And then fold that over like that. So we've done that one. Put that ripped bit up. And fold that over like that. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to stick these down and then open them up. We'll leave the inside for journaling, and I'll get my stamps out. Now I have got some of these stamps here. Okay. Here's a big and in fact what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a lighter brown. I think we'll go with gathered twig. And just doesn't have to be perfect stamping, just anything. That one. And should I use a different one? Where's my other stamps? That'll cover the whole lot. And this is just a legible script. So it doesn't even matter which way it is. Can't read it. them over to one side, and that one go in there. And I'm just going to put my ruler, in fact I'll just put my, just to make sure that I haven't stuck anything down here. That's it. Just checking. And there we have it. And what I'm looking for now is, I've got some little bits of card here, got some little tickets, and we brought some umbrellas out with us this time, so what have we got over there? No, we'll use this, I think. We'll use a bit of this. No, I think we'll use a bit of this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink this side first, just to dirty it down a bit, because I'm not going to cover that, because that's just ideal for journaling on. And do we want any more little labels? Yes, I think we do. And I did have some, I'll take a bit of this off. This is pink. I've got like a beigey colour as well. I think it was the beigey colour I had, but shoved it somewhere. Okay. There. Yeah. So I'm going to use a bit of fabric tack. I'm just putting a nice blob in the middle. I'm going to just put that in there and put that there. Again, put a couple of blobs on there. Have some of that there. Oops, I've got it stuck to my nails. Fabric tack is no good for nails. And then we'll just peel that off, and we'll put that down there. And I think we'll have a little bumblebee now. I've got a little bumblebee die somewhere. So if I did a little white daisy, I think, and a bumblebee. I've got a little butterfly with me as well. I need to sit and cut some of them out. So I'll be back in a minute. So we've got our daisies. Well, we've got two of our daisies cut out. if we can get the other one done. Okay. So I think we'll have that there and that there, but I'm not wanting it on the label, so I think we'll have it here. And what I am going to do is I'm just going to and we'll have some little bits in the middle. Okay, that's me back. I've got some of these distress cranes, and this is wild honey, and I'm just scribbling over it a little bit. Wipe. And it just yellows me bumblebee up a little bit. You can use anything. You can use, I've got watercolor crayons and stuff like that. And where's my pen that I was using? There we are. And then just give him some stripes. Do his eyes. And give him some veins on his wings. And then give him a fuzzy bit on his back. Give him some thicker stripes. And some more fuzzy bits. And that's for our bee journal. And I will put some grommets in. I'll put a grommet in here and a grommet in there. Reinforce the whole. In that one, and put some tulle in. And there we have it. So that's our envelope journal. I hope you get something from that. It's quite easy to do. You can do it from A4 or letter size. And you can see, I mean, that's Bumblebee, but it's done with a different page in the digital. And that one's done with the more muted pages in the digital. So I will see you in the next video. Bye.